Welcome to the Awesome Pod Mix. You are listening to Abby. The idea behind this podcast was to talk about how certain movies and TV shows made me feel when I watched them for the very first time. A reputed filmmaker once said, when a piece of art invokes a similar feeling amidst a large audience, it's the triumph of the filmmaker. That's the magic of cinema. I love the magic of cinema. Today, I'll be talking about the sixth and the season finale episode of Marvel Studios' Ms. Marvel. Whether Marvel creates movies or TV shows, they are all cinematic. This episode's title is No Normal, written by Will Dunn and AC Bradley and Matthew Chauncey, and directed by Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah. Kamala's family discovers that Kamala is the light girl and they are cool about it. They don't want her to go looking for trouble because they are concerned and protective about her, but they do trust her. Nakia FaceTimes Amir to inform that there was an explosion at Circle Q and Bruno is missing. Kamala is concerned about Bruno and wants to save him. Muniba presents Kamala one of those milk toffee boxes. When Kamala opens the box, she sees Muniba has hand-stitched her superhero outfit. Kamala is overwhelmed. As Kamala rushes to save Bruno walking on her crystal circles, she stops at the Grove Street traffic light showing she's a law-abiding citizen. Bruno helps Kamran escape from the DODC. They travel through the metro and then finally come to the mosque to seek shelter. Agent Deaver is arrogant and disrespectful as she waltzes in with her shoes inside the mosque. Sheikh Abdullah had politely informed her the previous time that she needs to remove her shoes before entering the mosque. The baseball cap disguise is such a MCU joke. It's not a disguise and people can still recognize you. Funnily, the baseball caps have texts that read halal and haram respectively. I will address the halal and haram meaning and the other cultural specifics from the show in a bonus pod episode, so wait for it. Kamala finds Bruno and Kamran in an alley behind the mosque. Kamala looks at the boys sporting the baseball caps reading halal and haram and asks, "What are you wearing?" Bruno and Kamran respond to her superhero outfit asking, "What are you wearing?" Seeing Bruno alive and kicking, Kamala hugs Bruno because she was under the impression that something awful happened to Bruno. This is not just friendship, it's pure love. Nakia meets Kamala, Bruno and Kamran in the alley behind the mosque. Nakia and Kamala sort their differences out. Nakia may hate superheroes, but she doesn't hate her best friend. She was upset because she felt Kamala didn't trust her to reveal the truth. Nakia suggests that they should hide Kamran in school because A, it would be empty and B, no one would suspect them to be there. But the DODC manages to find them there. Zoe joins the gang to help Kamran because Kamala saved her life. She knew about Kamala. I did speak about Zoe's shifty eyes during her interrogation with the DODC. Zoe makes all her TikTok videos in the theater because theater has better lights. Zoe found out about Kamala when Kamala and Bruno were in the theater trying to figure out how Kamala's powers work. I love that Zoe didn't reveal the secret because it was not her secret to tell. People should learn a thing or two about that. Amir appears out of nowhere to help the gang. It was sweet of him to help his sister out. He even questioned Kamran about his intentions for Kamala, typical protective brother-like behavior. Kamala and the gang really try to accumulate all the available resources at their school to fight off the DODC, specifically with gym and science equipment. Because science, bitch. Bruno catches Kamala and Kamran as they're about to kiss. It broke my heart to see Bruno's heart being broken. Bruno tries to distract the DODC with the Dil Bole Haripa song and his weird dance moves. I love Bruno, but the DODC beats him up and arrests him. Agent Cleary gives clear instructions to Agent Deaver to not attack the kids. How come all of a sudden he didn't want to take any action against the enhanced individual? This made my suspicion even stronger that Agent Cleary was a Skrull who wanted to save the kids. We just didn't get to see it. Kamala calls Kareem to help Kamran escape America. Kamran needs to get to the harbor by midnight. Kamran learns about his mom's death and gets angry. He even behaves like a borderline villain. It reiterates that we all have powers and choose who we become, heroes or villains. With great power, there must also come great responsibility. While trying to save Kamran from the DODC, Kamala also ensures that Kamran doesn't hurt the people of DODC and people of the other law enforcement. Kamala even checks with the local police if they are doing okay. This gesture makes the local law enforcement stand up for Kamala and root for her. I love how Yusuf constantly checks on Kamala by addressing her as Beta as she fights the DODC. During the most crucial moments, Kamala begins just like in the comics. Agent Cleary reprimands Agent Deaver for attacking the kids in the school. Kamala starts trending. Her entire community expresses gratitude toward her. The social media videos feature many characters, including G. Willow Wilson as herself, co-creator of Ms. Marvel. I love how Kamala's father Yusuf explains that Kamala is derived from the Arabic word Kamal, which means perfect, wonderful, marvel. Yusuf gives Kamala her name, Ms. Marvel. Mohan Kapoor has performed this scene so beautifully that I missed my dad for a teeny tiny second there. When Bruno leaves an envelope in Kamala's locker, I just hope it's his love confession. I know Bruno loves Kamala with all his heart, and I love the fact that he respects Kamala's choice, no matter how much it breaks him. It's up to you, Kamala, who you choose to love. I would pick Bruno in a heartbeat, but that's just my pick. 1 week later, when Bruno tells Kamala that he needs to talk, I thought this might be his love confession. But then I thought, what was the letter for? Bruno reveals that Kamala's genetics have a different mutation. At that moment, the X-Men 97 theme plays in the background. So Kamala is a Jinn, the bangle unlocked the powers that she already had, and she's a mutant. Kamala, Bruno and Nakia go out for shawarma Avengers style. Mid-credit scene. The bangle pulsates and Kamala crashes into her cupboard and disappears. Carol Danvers appears in her new costume and has no idea where she is. Initially, I thought it was Kamala transforming herself as Carol Danvers. Then I checked the wrists. There was no bangle. If Kamala had transformed into Carol Danvers, she wouldn't be shocked looking at Kamala's room the way she did. And there would be a dedicated shot of Kamala looking at her reflection in the mirror. So I concluded this is not Kamala, this is Carol Danvers. But where did Kamala disappear? How did Carol appear out of thin air in Kamala's place? Ms. Marvel will return in the Marvels. I'll return to talk about the previous Disney Plus shows that I have not covered yet before She-Hulk releases. Until then, you can listen to the awesome Pod Mix and subscribe to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. If you like what I'm doing, I'll soon be launching the awesome Podmix page on Patreon and you can support me there. Thanks for listening.